I'm Teresa Carraggio, and this is Third Paradigm. My topic today is You Are the Christ. Happy birthday. I feel like right now is the time of renewal. There is something that's been dormant for 2,000 years that is only now coming into fruition. The Christ was never a person. It was always a movement, a revolution. And that revolution is coming into being now because now is when it's needed. So rejoice, enjoy this. We're entering into what I believe will be a charmed year, despite outward appearances. And you need to have the confidence in that resurrection is inclusive. It was never something that was exclusive to one person. That is a psyops that was invented to convince us that we are not the Christ, that we together are not the Christ movement that can restore the world. Next year will be a time of engagement, and I have a lot of ideas for things that I'm going to be doing in 2024. But for now, I have my daughters, and I hope you have friends or families that you are enjoying. And my daughters are magic when they're together. So I'm just going to read a short passage from A Course in Miracles and then read a poem that I wrote many years ago. Let's do this. This is from the Teacher's Manual of A Course in Miracles, and it's a section called How Will the World End? The last paragraph reads, The world will end in joy because it is a place of sorrow. When joy has come, the purpose of the world has gone. The world will end in peace because it is a place of war. When peace has come, what is the purpose of the world? The world will end in laughter because it is a place of tears. Where there is laughter, who can longer weep? And only complete forgiveness brings all this to bless the world. In blessing it departs, for it will not end as it began. To turn hell into heaven is the function of God's teachers. And now sit down in true humility and realize that all God would have you do, you can do. Do not be arrogant and say you cannot learn his own curriculum. His word says otherwise. His will be done. It cannot be otherwise. And be you thankful that it is so. This is a poem that I wrote called The Holy Dark, and it starts with a Leonard Cohen quote from my favorite song. I remember when I moved in you, the holy dark was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah. A homeless man told me every soul speaks a different language. The interesting thing happens when you learn someone else's and find that you're talking to yourself. Jesus, he continued, wasn't the Christ until he looked into the eyes of Thomas and saw his own looking back. He called this the science of intimacy, but chemistry or metaphysics? I know that hunger in the night when bodies join almost without waking, an ancient call made and answered, not a particular man and woman, at the same time only this man and this woman, lifting and crashing in the fist of the pounding sea. The place where self and not self blur, madness or sanity at last. Sometimes the words my tongue has lost come tumbling from another mouth, or a casual phrase plunders my heart, knowing just where the key is hidden. I felt my pulse skip to synchronize and match another's stride for stride. A stranger by the spice bins calls my true name, and the secret burns like pepper on our lips. Coincidence? The holy tramp says. Coincidence is God's way of keeping her anonymity. He breaks the bottle seal and murmurs for all the thirsty spirits, silently pouring a capful onto the ground. To follow up, don't watch anything more of mine. Go out and connect with the people that you love. And we'll be here in the next year, and we'll be continuing this conversation with this community that I am so grateful for, that I never thought that I would find those like minds that would join in asking the same question. So let's enjoy this time of rebirth of the Christ when we can call each other by our true names and recognize who we really are. Happy holidays.